Think big or go home. Here's a question nobody asks out loud. Why are we so obsessed with keeping businesses small? In Africa, in developing economies, at every entrepreneurship summit, the conversation always circles back to small business. Support small business, fund small business, celebrate small business. And look, I get it. Small businesses employ people. They matter. But Vusi Thembekwayo, one of the most respected business voices on the continent, said something that stopped me cold. He said the focus on small business is a lie, not a mistake, a lie. Because while we're celebrating small, someone else is owning the entire value chain, the production, the distribution, the retail, even the banking, and we keep showing up to buy from them. That's what this episode is about. Thinking differently, thinking bigger, and building something that actually lasts. Welcome to Legacy and Empire. Let me ask you something. What does Apple actually sell? Most people say phones, computers, watches. Wrong. Apple sells a relationship between humans and technology. That's their philosophy. Everything they build flows from that single idea. Steve Jobs didn't wake up and say, let's make a prettier phone. He asked, how should technology feel to a human being? Google's founding philosophy? Do no harm. 2 billion users later, that idea still shapes every product decision. Here's the lesson. Great companies are not built on products, they're built on philosophies. And your philosophy has to be strong enough to survive market crashes, leadership changes, and cultural shifts. So, before you worry about your pitch deck, ask yourself, what do I actually believe about the problem I'm solving? Every business moves through stages: startup, survivalist, success, growth. Most people get stuck between the first and two and never figure out why. Here's why. At the startup stage, you are the product. Your energy, your relationships, your hustle, that's what's working. The mistake is thinking that scales. It doesn't. If the business collapses the moment you leave the room, you don't have a business, you have a job. The do's and don'ts that actually matter. Don't raise money too early. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but investors don't fund ideas, they fund proof. Prove it works first, even scrappily, especially scrappily, but as data. The third-time entrepreneur doesn't compete, they move upstream. They own what everyone else needs to survive. Stop asking how to grow your small business. Start asking, what would it take to own the chain? Thank you for spending this time on Legacy and Empire. If this episode hit different, share it with one person who needs to hear it. Leave a review and come back next week because we're just getting started. This is Legacy and Empire. Build something that lasts.